Hey there everyone, and thank you for joining me on this glorious Sunday afternoon. So, in this episode of Review Flicks, we're going to be talking about the upcoming Harry Potter TV series, and it looks like they've begun taking pictures from writers about how to best adapt the books into the upcoming TV series. So, if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the movie and streaming news we have going on this channel. And with that down, we're going to be taking a look at this comicbookmovie.com article, Harry Potter TV series, zero in on creative team as Max starts taking pictures from these writers. So, with WGA strikes in the rear view, Warner Bros. Discovery and Max have resumed work on the upcoming Harry Potter TV series, and a mix of British and American writers are currently pitching their takes. So it looks like they've continued their work on this upcoming Harry Potter TV show, which is super exciting for the millions of Harry Potter fans all around the world. This could potentially be a huge TV show if they maintain the quality that we got in the movies and they can somehow bring that over to the TV show, and if they continue to do the source material justice, because that's going to be a big sticking point for a lot of fans out there. But I really do hope that they can maintain the quality, as I say, and you know there's going to be so many people excited to see this when it comes out. So let's keep reading. So last April, Warner Bros. Discovery confirmed some long-standing rumours by announcing plans to bring Harry Potter to television. Yeah, absolutely makes sense. From what little we know, the current plan is to retell J.K. Rowling's beloved series of novels in an episodic format, likely with each season adapting one book. That completely makes sense. You give one season, to one book, and you can change the amount of episodes you need depending on how long the book is. You can give it time to breathe, or you can tighten up the amount of episodes depending on how long you want the story to be, and how much you kind of want to air out the story within that book. And that definitely works. One season, one book. Happy with that. So complications may arise in later seasons, given the increased page count of the later installments. Perhaps that will just mean more episodes. But with the 21st anniversary of the Philosopher's Sorcerer's Stone release nearing, we're probably due a reboot. Yeah, absolutely. But as I say, when it gets into the later books, and like it says here, it has a bigger page count, the books are a lot bigger, you can either split that season into two parts, like what they did with Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2, or you can just increase the episode count if you need to, as I say, to air the story out more, depending on, which book you're adapting. Or you can have less episodes to tighten up the story. I'm sure the writers will do a fantastic job with kind of sorting that kind of stuff out. But I think there's going to be so many people that are looking forward to this. If there's any news that we get, I will make sure I'll update the channel for you guys, because I know there's going to be a lot of you out there who are excited to hear about this. So Deadline, via the Sci-Fi and Fantasy Gazette, has learned that work on the series has started heating up, and Max currently taking pictures from several writers, including Martha Hiller, Kathleen Jordan, Tom Moran, and Michael Leslie. Sorry if I butchered those names. A mix of British and American scribes each have been tasked with creating pictures for this new take on Harry Potter, which will give the streamer a better idea of how they approach the property. So like it said above, they're definitely adapting each season to each book. They're probably going to stick tightly to the books, but these pictures that the writers are giving, they're probably, they're probably trying to figure out how to best adapt the books. What are we going to keep in the story? What are we going to cut from the story? How can we tighten up the story if we need to? How can we let it breathe more? Which characters should be at the forefront? Which characters should be at the back? Because obviously, you have to remember, when you're adapting a book to a TV show or a movie, it's a completely different art medium. There's certain things that you just have to change. Certain things from the books, if you put into the movie, just wouldn't work. And, you have to adapt and change things. So these writers have probably done their best takes on the books, changing the books into a TV show. And now the studio is probably going to listen to these writers and then see who has the best take on adapting the books into a TV show. And hopefully we get something special. And I'm pretty sure we will, because I think they're going to do their best to adapt this show. Because obviously, Harry Potter is absolutely massive. They're not going to want to do it dirty. So only the best writers hopefully will get their pitches heard. So a first round of pitch meetings took place this past week in Los Angeles. And the top picks will then head to the UK, where they'll presumably meet with Rowling, who will have a say in the decision-making process. It's so good that they're keeping the actual creator of the Harry Potter, series of books in the actual kind of loop. Because sometimes it annoys me when they're adapting certain books or certain IP, and then the actual designer or creator of that property doesn't get a say in what's going on. It's really nice to hear that J.K. Rowling's going to get a say on what's going on, and maybe she's going to be, like a consultant, giving her thoughts and opinions as to how they can make it better, and it's always great to hear that. So multiple scribes may eventually be chosen, There, the trade adds that Max is open to the possibility of developing more than one idea based on Harry Potter, so spin-offs may be coming. Yeah, but let's not jump the gun. Let's get the first season out first, and let's see how people like it. Sometimes the first season of a show, it's a bit bumpy while they sort of, figure out things and how to get the show firing on all cylinders. Maybe the first season will come out, and then they can kind of, going into season 2, they can build on what worked, get rid of what didn't work, and then as it goes along, they can kind of start adapting the good parts, getting rid of the bad parts, as I say, and, see how it goes. But I think talking about spin-offs is a bit too early at this stage. Let's just see how the first book goes in the first season, and let's just do that first. So Hylia is best known for her work on the Last Kingdom, and has a background in British television after working on soaps like EastEnders and Holby City. EastEnders and Holby City, my mum watches that. Yeah, I mean, those shows have been on for years. I mean, do they have good writers? I don't know. I never watch that kind of stuff. But I guess, that's experience to some degree. So Jordan created Teenage Bounty Hunters for Netflix and has been developing I don't know how to say that, Decameron. With Orange is the New Black creator Jenny Cohen. I have no idea how to say that, sorry. So Moran, another Brit, penned The Devil's Hour, starring Peter Capaldi. And Leslie wrote The Hunger Games, The Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes, and The Little Drummer Girl. Okay, so last year, longtime Harry Potter franchise producer David Heyman said, quote, "On Harry Potter, it's early days. We haven't even hired a writer to begin writing. It's a bit early, but hopefully it will be something that's very special and gives us the opportunity to see the books and enjoy the series, which explores the books more deeply." When the news broke that the TV series was in the works, HBO Max content chairman and CEO Casey Bloys confirmed the show budget would be in line with the Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. That's insane. They're going to pour, those shows, the Game of Thrones shows, just the Game of Thrones mainline series and House of Dragon. Wow. I mean, talk about, the pinnacle of storytelling when it comes to TV shows. If they can take the quality of the Game of Thrones franchise and pour that into a Harry Potter TV show, then I just don't even know. We'd be in for something absolutely incredible. But the thing is, it's for me, I would love an R-rated, mature version of Harry Potter, with blood and guts and gore and stuff. Obviously, that's never going to happen. But, still, if they can bring Game of Thrones quality of storytelling over to Harry Potter, then that would just be magical. No pun intended. Well, a little pun intended, but you know what I mean. So the latter first season cost $125 million. So that is going to be a $1 billion commitment over 10 years. A $1 billion commitment over 10 years for a Harry Potter show. Absolutely incredible. Stay tuned for additional updates as we have them. So yeah, it looks like at the moment they're continuing to work. It's very, very early days when it comes to this TV show. But it looks like they're taking pictures from writers. As I say, writers are kind of presenting their ideas of how to adapt these books the best way into seasons. And let's hope that they, the pictures that they're getting are really good, top-notch quality. And as I say, if we had anything remotely close to the storytelling that we had in the Game of Thrones franchise, then this will be absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see what they do with this. I'm not the biggest Potterhead in the world, but I love Harry Potter as a casual fan. I think the IP is fantastic, and I get caught up in the hype of Harry Potter sometimes. But I definitely can't wait to see where this goes. As I say, the more news that we get that comes out about this show, I'll update the channel. So make sure you stay tuned for all the Harry Potter goodness that's coming this way in the next year or so. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. And, I always appreciate you being here to watch these videos. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you soon.